Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. Shout out to Agreen for standing up for the people and for doing what is right. I am going to ask Democrats what is going on with you people because I am not seeing a lot of you people being vocal. I'm the one that was vocal enough to speak up about what is going on and how the country is being run and how the country is about to go dry, right? By someone with how many felonies. And you all thought there is need to censure him. Why? Because you all feel like his tone of voice is not good enough. You all are not ready to sort your problems. And this is just on period. If you all are not ready to come out and speak up, you all are not even angry enough. You all are not even aggressive enough. You all are not speaking up enough, right? Because if you all think that you are going to sit there and babysit this man over what he is doing, then you all are not ready to be politicians. You all are not ready to speak up for the people. And why did the people elect you? They elected you because they expected you to speak. They are going to speak through you. But you all are going to sit down there and then watch the person that came out to speak up to censure him. You already have a very long way to go at this point in time. I am expected every congressman. See, it looks like some of them are really very old, and which they are. But it's also time to send them out and bring in people that will do the job accurately. Let's get into this video.
So they censured Representative Al Green for him speaking out against the current president claiming that he had a mandate to cut Medicaid. And what's most interesting is that these 10 Democrats actually voted to censure him as well. And I think it's interesting because I've mentioned this before, something that Republicans as a party tend to do better than Democrats as a party is unite. Even if that person is wrong, even if they know that person is wrong, they'll still show an outward facing unity as a party. And then they'll call that person out behind closed doors or do things in the confines of their chambers to call said person out. But as a party, they tend to present a united front. And let me be clear. What Al Green did, Representative Al Green was not in the wrong at all. So I'm very confused as to why these 10 Democrats chose to vote to censure him. And correct me if I'm wrong, fact check me on this, but I believe there's only been 9 censures in recent history. All of which were because these representatives took illegal action or did something illegal. And what's happening now is they're trying to make an equivalence between what Representative Al Green did, which is civil disobedience, as he's supposed to do, as we all should do, when things like Medicaid are being cut or when injustice is being normalized during a joint congressional session. We're supposed to be civilly disobedient and speak out against injustice, but they're trying to make an equivalence between what Al Green did and what the other representatives who got censured have done. They're trying to make an equivalence between civil disobedience and being illegal inaction. Same way they're trying to make an equivalence between protesting and an illegal action as to invoke martial law against American citizens. That's dictatorship 101. Make civil disobedience an illegal action, or coin terms like illegal protests. What is an illegal protest? There's no such thing. But to this current administration, anything that speaks out against them is deemed illegal. Very fascist-like, no? Right. Meanwhile, you had these individuals. In this photo I got from Joanne Reed's TikTok, these individuals, not censured. Not censured. But this individual was. I wonder why. We have a problem in this country, and if we keep turning a blind eye to it, we'll never escape those pernicious origins. Ever. We have to face it. We have to address it. And right now, Fascist 101 is to make all forms of disobedience, civil disobedience, protesting, it's to paint it in a way that makes it illegal or deems it illegal or equates it to being illegal so that they can exercise their power to invoke martial law against their citizens and suppress your freedom of speech, your freedom of assembly, your freedom of press. That is how authoritarian nations run. And the part that's the most frustrating is that people can't even see that the one thing that really distinguished America as a democracy from other nations who are more authoritarian-like and dictatorship-like is that we have the ability to speak out against our government. That's one of our rights. But now, they're deeming that illegal. So what separates us now?
Breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant at Arms to restore order to the joint session.
That's Al Green. My good brother, Al Green. Texas's 9th Congressional District, Houston, Texas. And he's not performing. That's the real fucking deal right there. Al Green is the same representative that filed articles of impeachment not once but twice against Donald Trump. Al Green is the same representative that has been pushing for legislation to protect Palestinian lives. And do you know why he's able to do this? Because Texas, Houston, Texas, black people in Houston, Texas, protect Al Green's seat. He is doing the bidding of his constituents. So y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to say about black people in America. You don't fucking know us. Al Green is black people in Houston, Texas, doing what we asked him to do. Al Green is the same representative when I was catching hell in community. That good brother called me and said, if you got all the big dogs pissed off, you're doing something right. Don't stop. Al Green is black America in fucking action. And he never lets up. You keep that foot on their fucking neck, brother. We support you.
So if you follow this video back, you will see the look that Donald Trump gave to Representative Al Green from Texas, Houston, Texas. This, And if you follow it back, you will see the video my good sister put asking a question. Go in the comment section. It's right there. Where was his backup? You know, unlike all of these weird ass far leftists, unlike Cenk Uygur, unlike Anna Kasparian, when I say I want to dismantle the Democratic Party, I want the bones to stay there. But I want to bring it back to a time where they actually fought for the people and then expand on that to have them fight for all of the people. You goddamn right I'm a big ass fan of the New Deal. 100%. 100 fucking percent. I absolutely am. But you know what else I'm a fan of when it comes to FDR? FDR's second Bill of Rights. A lot of people don't even realize he wrote it out. And had he had a chance, meaning had he lived, the second Bill of Rights would have been a law. Go look it up. You see, the Democratic Party has never really truly thought about the entirety of all people. They haven't. They have not. I'm sorry. Argue with your goddamn mama. Do not argue with me. They haven't. They could have, but they didn't. They did not. Because to them, especially after the arrival of Bill Clinton, a.k.a. I'm a conservative, but I like democratic ideals and pussy. With the arrival of Bill Clinton, they have taken up the mantle of trying to be as much like the Republicans as possible without pissing off the donor money. You see what I'm saying? That's what they've done. Now, the idea of fighting for the people is an admirable thing, especially considering the fact that the conservative Republican Party, in all of its forms, including this monstrous, cancerous MAGA version, have always looked out for business. So shouldn't there be somebody that fights for the people, labor, that thing? The fact that the Democratic Party thinks it is perfectly okay to not do anything when a lying piece of shit felon now occupies 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is telling. What Representative Al Green did last night should have been done since day one. A lot of leftists was like, well, I couldn't vote for Kamala Harris because she was standing next to Liz Cheney. Okay, they did one rally together. It wasn't like they were campaigning all over every state. She was in Wyoming, in Casper, and Liz Cheney was a representative from the state of Wyoming. One rally. Now, do I believe that the Democrats are neocons? Yes, I do. This neoliberalism bullshit that they have adopted has got to go. It has got to go. It has to, in order for the Democratic Party to even function, because I'm not even dealing with the Republicans. That shit is sailed. They are done. Whatever the fuck comes after Donald Trump, it's a crater. Donald Trump is a crater. He was a shitty asteroid that slammed into the Republican Party, and there is nothing left of it now. It is a walking corpse. But the Democrats have an actual opportunity to be more than that that minus the slurs. The question is, are they going to take it? They're not. So they need to be forced to take it. They do. What a lot of far leftists, a lot of liberals, a lot of progressives, a lot of Democrats are missing is you should be fighting on human rights. Human rights. I know that's a word that a lot of y'all don't like using. These DEI measures that these people are all against, it's diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity. The Democratic Party is made up of a diverse coalition, a bigger coalition than these jackasses. Twice as big, 3 times as big as these jackasses. So there's diversity, not just in skin, not just in ethnicity, not just in what the holy books they read, but diversity of ideas. Equity, meaning if you put in work for this country, if you do the jobs that make this country move forward, you have put stake in this. And you deserve to share in the rewards of that work. Equity. Inclusion. You have a coalition that is 2 to 3 times the size of your opponents. And they're made up of people from every walk of life. They deserve to have their voices heard, recognized, accepted, and fought for. They deserve it. They deserve it. I like to brag about the Villains Guild. I do. I love bragging about the Villains Guild. Can't help bragging about the Villains Guild. I will probably disagree, or I will say something that will the members of the Villains Guild will disagree with. They will say things that I will disagree with. But it is diversity of thought, equity in the fact that you are a member, and inclusion of every single voice, even if I disagree with it. What the Democrats are doing is trying to dumb that shit down. They want us to conform with this new way of thinking. Some of us have just sold out and just said, fuck it. We can't beat it. Might as well join it. And then there are people like Representative Al Green, who should be the template for everything that the Democrats stand for from this point forward. That man does not have a mandate. That is the end of the discussion, and that is exactly what Representative Al Green was saying. That man doesn't have a mandate. He just told y'all he did. All the fucking voting data shows that not every American voted. There was no large half of the American. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was 77 million people. There's over 330 million in this fucking country alone. Let's say that 75 to 80% of that is a voting age. They didn't agree to this shit. He ain't got no goddamn mandate. So the shit that he's doing is not about a mandate. And if you let these people make the fucking rules, if you let these people tell everybody this is what really happened, you will lose every single time. Where were other voices? Representative Al Green should not have been the only one getting escorted out of there last night. It should have been a whole coalition. But the Democratic leadership wants us to We've got to make way. We've got to work. Translation. If you raise too much of a ruckus, that donor money is going to fly away like pixies. So here's the question. If you're on the left side of politics, which path are you going to follow? You're going to follow the go along to get along path and continue to get shit like what Donald Trump was up there running his mouth about? Or are you going to live up to those words of John Lewis? Being good trouble. Standing up and saying the emperor ain't got no goddamn clothes and his penis is small. You going to be Representative Al Green? Or are you just going to sit there, say nothing, and accept what happens? That's the part the DNC needs to be asking themselves.
Man, shout out to that brother Al Green when he did his big one during that State of Union address, because he knew what had to be done. He understood the assignment and he saw it through. And now they trying to say his behavior was inappropriate when all of the Republicans were booing him and yelling at him when he stood up and said what needed to be said. And let's not forget about the fact that that lady invited Jasmine Crockett outside after she said, "Ciao," because she couldn't understand AAVE, and they didn't say that that was aggressive. And the thing is, nothing that Al Green did was even aggressive. Because he called out the lies, how y'all going to ignore the fact that Republicans have been doing this for years? They did it to Joe Biden. We're going to ignore the fact that that man snatched that sign out of that lady's hand because he didn't agree with it. But that's not aggressive? I don't know who need to hear this, but black is not synonymous with aggressive. Black and aggressive are not synonymous.
So the House has voted to censor Al Green, and there were 10 Democrats that voted yes, including my congressperson out here in Citrus Heights, California. Ami Bera of the 6th Congressional District of California, a stated Democrat, voted yes to censor Al Green. Ami Bera is a Republican who's up for re-election in 2 years, and we should do our part out here in the 916 to get rid of him. Don't you fucking think? Because I don't want motherfuckers claiming to be something that are really rocking with Donald Trump, like Ami Bera. So the House has voted to censor Al Green, and there were 10 Democrats that voted yes.
Let's all just be really clear. Al Green is showing an appropriate level of aggression and the use of his voice at a moment like this when everybody should be standing up against this madman that is out to destroy our country and destroy us as a people. If you are a Democrat and you are just pursuing respectability politics or something, and you're voting against that right now, you've just identified yourself as 10 people that need to go away. You need to be marginalized, stigmatized, whatever means leaving, that's what you need to do right now. Because these respectability politics that you're pursuing right now, they're so wrong for the moment. You're reading the wrong room and you need to go away.
This is exactly why I left the Democratic Party decades ago. This is exactly why. House Republican Dan Newhouse introduced a census resolution against Democrat Al Green. After years of us watching Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert being disruptive in the chambers during Joe Biden's speeches, not only were they not kicked out, they weren't censured at all. But now that the tables have turned, they kicked out Representative Al Green, and they brought forth a resolution to censure him. Now, based on this article from NPR, the censure is serious, but no real penalties will be held against Representative Al Green. Y'all let me know if that's true. But on top of all of that, after learning that the Republicans were going to introduce a resolution to censure Representative Al Green, Hakeem Jeffries sent out a letter to all of the Democrats about decorum in the chambers. Because during these times, they want the attention to stay on Republicans and what they are doing to America and our society, rather than the Democrats being the top news story because of their behavior. This is what I'm talking about when I say Hakeem Jeffries is not the leader that we need for this moment. Hakeem Jeffries is too focused on optics, too focused on looking like the party that wants to get things done. Meanwhile, while they're looking that way, Republicans are bulldozing our Constitution and destroying our government and our society. They don't care about optics. They are moving full steam ahead to get done what it is that they want to get done on behalf of Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. They're not trying to work with Democrats. They're not trying to kumbaya. They're not trying to meet middle way, halfway. They're not trying to negotiate in any way, shape, or form. But that's what a lot of the Democrats and Hakeem Jeffries are trying to do. And it will never happen. We know that the Democrats have the minority in the House. We know that they are not going to be able to get things done without bringing on board Republicans. We know that. What we are saying is Republicans are not looking to work with you, Hakeem Jeffries. So we want to hear you be loud. We want to hear you resist. We want to hear you take the skeletons that's in their closets and bring it to the forefront. We want to hear you going at Republicans. We want you to expose all of their political dirty laundry that they got going on behind closed doors. We want to hear you repeatedly in front of news cameras talking about how they have plans to cut Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. We want to hear you talking about how they plan to implement that. We want to hear you talking about it on repeat. We want to hear you continuously talking about the felon. We want to hear you continuously talking about how the people around him are destroying our democracy. and are violating our Constitution and how they are breaking the law. Every step they take, we want to see you, Hakeem Jeffries and Democrats, in front of the cameras calling them out on it. We don't want to hear you talking about kumbaya, let's work together. We don't want to hear that shit. That shit makes you look weak because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Anywho, back to this story. Not only did the Republicans vote to censure Al Green, 10 Democrats jumped on board with the Republicans to censure Al Green. They need consequences and repercussions for this. Y'all were in my comments asking me, had I heard about it? Who is it? Here they are. Laura Gillen of New York, Tom Suozzi of New York, Ami Bera of California, Ed Case of Hawaii, Jim Costa, California, Jim Himes, Connecticut, Chrissy Houlihan, Pennsylvania, Marcy Captor, Ohio, Jared Moskowitz, Florida, Mary Glusenkamp Perez, Washington. Each one of these Democrats need to face consequences and repercussions. Why in the fuck are you signing on with Republicans who are trying to destroy our democracy? You are signing on and joining in on them punishing one of your own who's standing up for democracy. This is the shit I'm talking about. This is why I can't be a Democrat. Democrats will never win. And what is pissing me off is the fact that Democrats is the other major party. We only got 2 major parties in this country. And Democrats are the other major party. And they are fucking up. They are fucking up big time. I don't understand what they don't understand about fighting back with the MAGA nuts. It's clearly they are confused in how to fight back with the MAGA nuts. You fight fire with fucking fire. Yeah, y'all put your comments down in the comment section.
Good morning, everybody. If you didn't see what happened last night, you've heard about it by now. The Democrats just sat there. The only person that had any kind of guts to stand up to the orange shitler was Representative Al Green.
I'm also working on my articles of impeachment. This president is unfit. He should not hold the office. 34 felony convictions, 2 times impeached.
Everybody else just sat there, feckless. All of them have been bullied before in their lives, obviously. Because what do you do with a bully? You're supposed to punch him in his nose or his throat so you can back him the fuck down. Nope. Democrats are still in their getting bullied phase. They reminded them of the days when they were young and the bully in the yard kept fucking with them. Instead of them doing anything, I'll just get straight A's and I'll have them as an employee. That is how you think you're going to beat this man. Schoolyard hoping and wishing. 9 years or more, this man has been owning your lunch, taking food from you. And all you got is to sit there feckless and then say, oh, James Carville knows what he's talking about. Fuck James Carville. 10 toes down, fuck him. And you guys are sitting there listening to that dude, the alcoholic that doesn't even like to dress up. The man was on TV with like mustard stain on his clothes, and that's the dude you listening to. Well, you need to listen to the people, because obviously that's why y'all fucking lost. You're not listening to the people. Right now, you got Republicans pissed off at their leadership, losing jobs, farmers losing certain things in their farms, their chickens and all that. Donald Trump doing nothing. And you guys can't even pick them up. You're not in their district telling them what you're going to do for them. You ain't even try to gain nobody. You just think you're going to sit down and we're just going to come right back to you. This is the problem with y'all Democrats. You think we're just going to come running to you. I was disappointed in AOC. Stayed home and didn't show her ass out there. You should have went out there and said some shit to this little shitler. But nope, didn't say nothing. Jasmine Crockett, what you doing out there? I saw you made a video or something like that. They just not like us or whatever the hell that is. This ain't a game. This man's fucking with democracy. And y'all sitting around playing games? Light into their ass. 100%. We got your back. But if you don't, fuck all y'all. We need a new crew. You need to start recruiting other people with backbones. We're tired of punk-ass people who can't fight. All you do is sit there and get your ass beat. Fight. Or get the fuck out.
House GOP members, along with 10 Democrats, including these ones in the back of me, have all voted to censure Texas Rep. Al Green after Tuesday's night exchange. Instead of being in solidarity with Texas Representative Al Green, they went against him and censured him for whatever reason. I have no idea. This is exactly why I cannot trust the white moderate, because they do some backstabbing shit like this. Smile on your face and backstab you. So I can't wait for 2026 to happen. I cannot wait for them to roll out their campaign ads, because I'm ignoring it. I'm keeping my dollars in my pocket. I know where my dollars is going, and my dollars is going to go to Letitia James, who's running for re-election for AG. But these ones in the back of me, especially the two New York ones, District 3 and District 4 out of Long Island, you know, screw y'all, because y'all got back in there after Republicans have occupied that seat for at least about 2 years, and y'all pulled this goddamn okie doke. So therefore, make it on your own. Don't know what to tell you. Good luck in your race, because there's a likely chance that some of y'all just will make it past y'all re-election.
They censured Al Green. They punished the black representative, telling a liar that he doesn't have a mandate to do what he wants to do. 10 Democrats agreed with the Republican majority to punish Al Green for doing nothing wrong, except standing up for his constituent, being a voice for his constituent. Here are their names. Lauren Boebert, MTG Marjorie, can stand up and yell in Biden's face and not be censured. But the black man does it, and it's not okay? Okay. I see y'all. I'm not mad at the Republicans. I'm pissed at the Democrats. I don't care how you feel about politics. You want to be respectable? You want to show decorum? You do that. Don't go and punish those who don't. You all should be working together. You don't have time to dissent. If you're going to side with this tyrannical government party, you go do that. Become Republicans. This is not the time to be fighting against each other. Get on one accord, or you will lose every single time. You centrist Democrats that want to show decorum, you're making things harder.
So this is all I got from this video. I am going to start by saying that one thing you all are supposed to know is that they do not want to see an outspoken person, let alone a black person, right? Now, I am going to say that what happened to Al Green was very unfortunate. And you all know what he was saying was absolutely truth. Why did other Democrats come out to sign to censure him? Why did you people do that? Are you people not angry enough with what is going on? Now, let me say this. If you are, you don't have to even be Republican or Democrat to be aggressive or to be, to feel bad. But that man was not, he was just telling you people the reality. It was just fact checking you people. Everything he said was truth. Like how many felonies? And you really need to see the look on your president's face while he was speaking. If you are not angry enough with what is going on presently, right? You are part of the problem, because at this point, there is no better way to express how people are feeling. If Democrats are also not coming out, this is also, now let me tell us this. I understand that we are looking for Democrats that will actually be out there to speak up, because this didn't happen in Texas. And I am also going to say that Jasmine Crockett has always been really very vocal with everything going on and all that. But we need more pressure. We need people. And also, I am going to contribute this. The next, Congress, the local, because first of all, before election happens, there is also local election that happens in the Congress and the rest of it. You all have to do your job. If you know the old ones that you all think they are not good enough anymore, send them all out. Put in vibrant people that are ready to speak, people that are ready to work, people that are ready to hear the people out, people that will convey people's message to other people, to them. Because critical situation requires critical thinking. If you all are going to babysit this man and not be vocal enough, and then when somebody is vocal enough to tell you to speak up for everybody, you all plan to censure him. For what reason? That is to tell you that the reality about all this politics is that it's just a game. Everybody is playing it the way it suits him or her. Because some people do not want to list out their positions. Some people do not want to be censured at all. But let me tell you something. What is politics without being censured? I don't know how to say this, but I will still tell you people that if you all are not angry enough, nothing is going to happen for you people. Not until everybody stand up. I am not saying my people, because there are people that are positioned in some places like the congressmen, the speakers, and all that are supposed to be vocal. And I understand also everybody wants Democrats to speak up, challenge them, and the rest of it. Now, let me tell us something when it comes to politics, right? You all already know that it's not like it's two parties, the Democrat and there are opposition parties and Republican. Now you all already know that the incumbent is the Republican. No matter how Democrats scream, it's as good as they are making noise. But we still want them to be out there speaking, because it is them speaking, right, that will also determine if we or if other people, if you people would want them to continue in the coming years and all of that. So they really do need to make noise. But in the end, I really hope that there will be a break free from Democrats and Republicans. That is when the youth comes in. I don't know how it will take. It will take a very long time, because it is always very hard, right, to overpower those two parties. I am talking from political experience, right? It will be hard to conquer Democrat and Republican, but it is very possible. That is, if you all say that we do not want these people anymore, we are going to create a new party for us and then start running it. It may take time, but it's very, very achievable. So yeah, you already better be, you already better, I don't see my people, I am not talking to you, but they really better be speaking way out. But for our green, I think we all need our green. We all need to put our voices for him, because he did a great job by coming out and speaking it the way it is, and that because that's how it should be. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.